The Manhattan Brass. Let me tell you about the Manhattan Brass. First of all, I'm a recovering trumpet player. So you need to know that by being a recovering trumpet player, you still kind of have that in your blood, and you love a great sounding brass group. This is made up of 5 superstar brass players. I just fell in love with their sound. And then I looked at their personnel and I thought, these are the kind of musicians I want to hear. For example, R.J. Kelly is arguably one of the best French horn players in the world. He is the horn player for St. Luke's, the elegant chamber orchestra in New York City. He's played with the Met regularly. He's played with the New York Phil. And then he also plays Broadway Monty Python. And the trombone player, Seltzer, he is the trombone player for a Baroque ensemble of New York. He plays with the Met. He's played with the American Symphony. He's a soloist with all over the world with these great artists. And then he goes on Saturday Night Live and plays with Puff Daddy. The one that got me was, as a kid, as a trumpet player, I loved the era in rock and roll of Chicago and Blood, Sweat and Tears. Blood, Sweat and Tears was my favorite group. I have to tell you, I was playing in a rock band at this time myself when those pieces were out, and we always tried to play their charts. And so I played these charts. Well, nothing that sounds like this. But anyway, one of the trumpet players in this group is a man named Lou Soloff. And I'm not really ever a groupie, but I think I'm a Lou Soloff groupie on how this guy plays. This is incredible. And so I was listening to it just this morning. So here's his opening of one of the Blood, Sweat and Tears pieces. Let me... But before this, I've got to, right after I play this, now, I've got to play you my favorite one to play and my favorite one to listen to. Of course, he played that iconic solo in Spinning Wheel, but the one that I love to listen to. Okay, hold your ears. Now, a guy who can sit there and play that and then turn around and play Gabriele for you, or some of the great classics of brass quintet. Once again, all 5 of these artists are top flight, the best artists you can find in New York City. You read all the biographies of these players, and it is the who's who of the musical world these guys interact with and play for and play with. You know, I think Lou Soloff was Frank Sinatra's player, for example. This is as good as it gets, and they will, I promise you, entertain you, but they're going to dazzle you. Every one of these players would be worth coming to hear by themselves, but you put them all together, this is something to behold. I just can't wait for this one myself. You may have to fight with me to get in the front row.